What is up? What is up, people? Power cave in a state of disarray at the moment. This is post 4th of July power cave. It is like 1,000 degrees in here. Oh, shit. I hope everybody had a good, safe 4th of July. I had better weather than I did, because it's spoiler alert, but mine sucked. Weather-wise, anyway. Other than that, everything was good. You want one decent day of weather, though, all year, and didn't get one giant rainstorm, but two. Two is far more than one. What's going on? What's going on? Anybody up in here yet? Come on now, don't be shy. Damn. Think I got choked on a mouse. Hey, what's good, Barry dude? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing pretty well. I feel pretty good. Other than it being about 200 degrees in this room. And it's so hot out there, I could see heat waves coming off the security cameras. That's pretty warm. Dude, I haven't really even got started yet. I come in here and started moving stuff around earlier, but it's just too freaking hot, man. There's no AC or anything in this room, and I guarantee it was over 100 degrees in here. I'd say it's still in the 90s. It's just like an enclosed porch and stuff where my power cave and everything's at. So it gets pretty warmed up. Pretty warm in here. So how did your pyro adventure go with Ray Ray and stuff for the 4th of July? Did you guys get together for the 4th? I saw that picture you showed me with the dump truck it looked like with a bunch of pyro on it. I was like, oh, hell yeah. They're going to have a good time. Oh, dude. I got a tiny little bit of my yard mowed before the fuel filter stopped up on that piece of shit. tomorrow the goal is to work on the weed eater trimmers and get those running right. At least two of them. That way I got a backup. I'll probably tackle the yard Sunday. It's not that big of a deal. I just know, I don't know, maybe out there 35, 40 minutes, did they crank it on that weed eater or just standing outside? Generally, I was wet with sweat. I'm like, oh, hell no. Man, we had all the stuff stashed in the house. So the first rainstorm didn't really bug me that much, other than delaying, me being able to go set anything up outside, which really sucked. And it went from like 2 o'clock to 5 or 6, and it was pouring down the rain. I'm talking like a couple inches an hour kind of rainstorm. I'm like, this is good, it'll get it all out of its system for tonight at least. It stopped raining. I'm like, hell yeah, it was so humid and hot that most things dried out pretty quickly. I was like, well, that's good, Started setting up. About right at 8:30, 9 o'clock, it started misting the rain just a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's not good, but just a little bit. It'll go away. It's not enough to harm fuses or fireworks at that point. I was like, well, let's go a little bit more. And then it just went from pissing to pouring. I'm like, son of a bitch. I let that 32 shot willow rack and a few other odds and ends. But in between rain, it didn't seem like we got to light anything. But when I go through looking at my pyro inventory here, we must have lit a lot because most of my shit's gone. So I think it's just where we had to spread it out in between rainstorms is what it made it seem like it. What's up, KV? How you doing, man? I hope your 4th of July was kick ass. That's another thing, man. I don't know if it got wet or what before I fired it. I tried to protect it and everything, but that UFO I got, only about half of it fired. It still flew and it still took off, but it just wasn't right. Yeah, I got double rainstorm here, man. It really sucked trying to scramble up that mountain with the stuff and then scramble back down the mountain to keep it, put it back up to protect it from the rain. Oh, yeah. I had boomers going out throughout, man. Well, not throughout, here or there. Ground boomers throughout. I had plenty of those. Had a pack of boomer rockets and, a few shells. Not too many, but it was still good. It's just where it got spread out. It didn't seem like it was, as much as normal. I think that's what it was. I don't know. I just know that that's the second year in a row that I've got rained out like that. And I think I pissed off the pyro gods or something. So I might have to like sacrifice my little brother's finger, with a firecracker to appease the pyro gods. It's worth a try. I'd have to say, by normal standards, I got a pretty decent stash left, but compared to what it was, it's not much. But I still have plenty of pyro though, so that's good. Oh shit, KV, I don't know if I do or not. Where you located at again? I can't remember how far away you were. Sure you don't want to come here and burn? I think I'm gonna plan another little fireworks show or something here shortly for my birthday and all that good stuff. I appreciate the birthday card, Power Dude. That was cool as hell, man. Tell your wife I said thank you as well, man. Damn, did my stream lock up or did everybody just quit talking? Huh, cool, man. Excuse me. Wow. Do you have any time in mind, KV? I still got a pretty good stash of stuff to play with here. For sure. I was thinking about having a little show here on the 19th, man, if you think you could make it to that. I think the 19th is a Friday. Yep. Oh man, you should see this painting my little girl made for me. It's awesome. It looks really good. You can see the black cat poster. She tried to make it look like one of them old vintage posters she found. I thought she'd done a really good job. No, I never got a hold of the old ones, bro. I got well, I had one that somebody had given me, but other than that, I never got a hold of them. It's not really the best light to show it off, but I'm proud of her skills, man. She's gotten pretty good. Probably make you seasick. But that's from an anime and stuff that I like. Hmm. Are they still good boom shells with color, or did they just change them from boom shells to color shells? Is that what you mean? Because I'd like a little bit of color in my boom shells. It's like why I like any of those English shots and stuff that might have a red or green color. That's nice little touch to it. Good God, KB, that'd be awful rough, man. But you're more than welcome to come if you want to shoot some on Friday, because that's what we plan on doing, man. Just basic, we'll get together, maybe some hamburgers, hot dogs, or shit like that. But we'll celebrate my birthday and stuff. Oh, that sucks. They probably got nabbed, man. I saw something here on the news about a recall on overloaded fireworks. They wouldn't say what they was or anything else. It's all that the news thing said was overloaded firework recall. I was like, shit, what are they? Where? Wow, that'd be hard for me to do. 5 hours is rough. I mean, when I was younger and stuff, sure. All right, cool, man. I will. I still got a bunch of those pink shells. They're pretty good shells. About a box of jawbreakers. Just about killed all those willow shells I had. I think I got like 3 or 4 of them left. A couple gray shells I still got left. Ooh, that's not good. Clam brand's one of my favorites, man. Too many people. Stuff gets too well known, but I guess there really ain't nothing you can do about that. Because it's going to if you do anything about it or not, really. I mean, I keep the code and try to keep shit to myself. I slip up every now and then with something, but most of the time I try to keep things, hush hush. But there's 15 other dudes out there that don't give two shits. So it really don't matter. Hell yeah, man. You do any drone flying, KV? I probably have the fleet there to do a little bit of flying if you want to try something like that out. Oh yeah, dude. You know as well as I do. As long as there's a dollar in it, China's down. Cool. Man. Yeah, I don't blame you. A 5 hour drive would be bad enough. I did that shit one time though, man. I got a new Camaro. My buddy lived in Alabama, and I managed to take the entire month of July off one time. Right, that's how I worked it out. And I just decided after I got done working like a 16-hour shift, I was going to drive down to Alabama and show my homie my new car. Right, we were going to go to Six Flags or some shit. And I made that entire drive all the way down there, man, after working 16 hours. I remember when I got to Atlanta, I was like, holy crap. I done took so many of them shit. You remember the stuff you could buy behind the counter called mini thins? I done took so many of them damn things I couldn't hardly even piss. I was like, oh, this ain't good. Yeah, but that's just been part of the game for a long time. They just adapt, like you said, rewrap and come back another way. As long as there's a market for it, and there is a marked up market for it, they will send it. It might be getting a little bit more well known now than it has in the past, though. We have some smaller trainer drones and stuff you could try. I can give you some pointers on it, man. It's not that bad. You can fly one of these GPS drones. They fly themselves. Literally, all you have to do is push the button that says takeoff, Probably, man. Something like that. Dexathin or some shit. Dexter, I can't remember what it was called, but you could get it at the gas station or some shit. But it keep you awake, man. But good lord, anything messes with your junk, you shouldn't take it. I remember after you took enough of it, you couldn't hardly squeeze out a piss. But I go down there, man. I'm showing off my new car to my buddy and all this shit, and I am grinding every freaking gear in that car. Where I've been awake so long and shit, I'm not looking smooth at all, man. Every time we come to a stop, I was hardly able to drive it. For, where I'd been awake, I was like, "Good God." Hey, Voodoo Ninja, what's going on, man? Oh, that's just a tip of the iceberg, bro. I got skulls all over the place out here, man. I just have everything still tore apart from where I took my fireworks out just a few days ago for the 4th. Haven't put everything back together yet. But I will get the pyro cave back together. Take stock of what I got left and everything. I still got a lot of those Pro Series cakes. Well, not a lot, but 6 or 7 of those 500-gram cakes. They're pretty damn good. And I got 2 of those Brainiac cakes. That was probably the best cake that I bought this year, man. Those cakes are awesome. Appreciate it, brother. How you doing tonight, Voodoo? Shit. For now, hopefully, anyway. Yeah. Hard to film that Brainiac cake, man, because it hits like 3 or 4 places in the sky at once. Oh, hell with that, man. We have a place called Glade Creek where you'd walk up this trail for about a mile and a half, man. And on this creek, there's a waterfall there, and there's a pool of water there about 35, 40 feet deep. I mean, it's deeper as shit. There's also like a 40 foot rock wall there that you could jump off of and land in it. Now, that was a trip. Which wasn't bad enough. There was a rotten tree on that ledge, and some of them dumbasses, I never done this, but they would climb that rotten tree on the ledge to get another extra 10 feet and come out of it head first into that pool. I'm like, oh, hell no. 45 feet off a rotten tree into a pool of water in a creek. But they made it. It is with that one, man. Because that Brainiac cake, like I said, it hits several places at once, but it's definitely a worthy cake. It's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah, man. 30 feet was high enough for me. It's about what the rock wall was without the tree. And that was bad enough. But oh, excuse me. I done been over, in it and all over it long enough to make sure everywhere I landed was deep enough. And it was for sure. I want to send a little metal detector and a remote control submarine in that sucker and see how much old jewelry I can find. Because I know people's been swimming there since the 1700s. Oh, shit. Yeah, hell with that, man. My hey, check this shit out. Days are over. That stuff catches up with you when you get older. What is it? Like they say, Redneck's famous last words is, hey, hold my beer. I don't drink those, so that's good. Dude, I gotta find my bang sight for my can in here. I know it's in this mess somewhere. I was going to take it out and do a demo on this carbide cannon, but I can't find a tube of shit. I just have everything everywhere right now in here. Yeah. Do your stunts in between beer while you're going after another one. That way, if something goes wrong, you don't waste one. Man, I remember back in the day, we'd float down the river in inner tubes. We had coolers that would float in their own inner tubes, man. Just float all day and drink beer for miles and miles and miles. You do that shit for midday till dark. By the time you get wherever you're going, bed, you're hammered. But it's a good time. I live down here in the river valley where there's two rivers and a lake, and it's a beautiful place to live. But here in the summer, when it gets hot like that, man, down in this valley, it gets so damn humid. It's not even right. Yeah. See, I live next to the rivers now, and I never ever go to them anymore. Hardly. I used to spend all my days and stuff down on the New River in the water, hunting for arrowheads in the cornfields and all that other shit. Now that I live here, I don't even do any of that stuff anymore. I used to travel for over an hour just to come down here to the river and the lake. I guess that's just when you live someplace, it's not as special anymore. Oh, I seen bears, man. Check this out. Bears, my brother has built this little hunting camp or something up on the mountain, and a big bear come in upon him the other day. He shot his 9 millimeter trying to scare it off, and the bear wasn't going anywhere. He was showing me, telling me about how big it was and stuff. He took pictures of the tracks, later on because he left instead of the bear leaving, which was pretty smart. He was showing me pictures today of the tracks and everything. I showed him why the bear didn't leave. If you looked in the side of the big bear track, there was little bear tracks. I was like, that was a mama bear with babies, man. I said that baby bear is probably on one of them trees that you were near, and that's why that mother wasn't going anywhere. But you gotta watch, but there's all kinds of black bear down here. Yeah. Yeah, don't mess with mama bears. Just get the hell out of their way, for sure. Don't want them killing you. I wouldn't want to harm them, just like, hey, me cool. I'm going to go this way. But considering the stuff like that around, I think I'd start carrying something a little bit bigger than a 9 millimeter, though. It's like 30-06 time, or at least 12 gauge pump with some slugs, just in case. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to kill the bear, but if it's the bear in my ass, I'm picking the bear. Oh damn, that sucks, man. Was he doing it just doing something stupid, or was he trying to kill himself? That sucks. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by, did you? Appreciate it. Be careful, dude. Yeah, that's right, man. Gotta pay attention. That way you can survive and get home and get on YouTube. Nah, they ain't. Also, like that's why that bear was so big too. You know, mama bear's pretty good size. So keep that in mind, man. There are black bears around. I wouldn't stumble off too far. Of course, there'd be so much booming going on, there probably won't be anywhere within a mile where we're at. Man, I was letting off some of them, let's call them alien probe firecrackers. And I lit a whole pack, and there was definite degrees in power variation with those crackers, bro. So, I mean, they were all good, but some of them, man, I thought I saw one implode and tear a hole in the space time continuum or some shit. I was like, what the? Whoa. Actually had the explosion, and then it looked like in the center there was an implosion as well. I was like, damn. I'm gonna try shaking them up, like some of them other crackers you have to shake up. See if that makes any difference. I'd lit some here and there, but I'd never lit a pack one after another before. That's the only reason I noticed it. I was like, huh, that sounds like a moped going down the road. You can tell it's definitely Friday evening. I've seen more law enforcement go down the road than a little bit tonight. You can literally tell what day of the week it is down here just by listening to the traffic go by. Oh shit. Especially living on the back roads and stuff. You notice it. You would think the back roads wouldn't have much traffic. Shit. Friday and Saturday night, everybody's on their way to the bar or some club somewhere. Them roads are hopping all night. I'd say 95% of the people driving them after dark are fucking hammered. Hey, KJS and Soda, what's going on, man? I'll try it next time, Power Tube. I was like, maybe that's the difference why some of them are stronger than others, or who knows, they might just be made that way too. It's hard to tell with China shit. I know I'm gonna leave these puppies here in the bag. I'm just gonna keep these as a collectible because you gotta add fuse to these if you want to keep your fingers. Oh shit! What's up, Powwow? I can't quit yawning apparently. Oh, them birds are very dangerous creatures, man. I'm gonna leave that pack sealed. I wouldn't light one of those without adding fuse to it. No, sir. Oh shit, man. Damn. That's some tragic crap here, dude. Yeah, we had a local tragedy here the other day. A helicopter crash killed like 9 young people and stuff that just had graduated college and stuff. It was really bad. I mean, they're a cool firework to have, man. It's the first Spanish style cracker I've ever had. And I mean, if you know what they are and take proper precautions, they're all right. But if you didn't, God help you, man, because they'll take your finger fucking off, you know. That fuse is like quick fuse on them crackers, and that's not good. Not for a cracker at that power level, anyway. Oh, hell yeah. Congrats, Parallel. It's doing good, man. Hey, matter of fact, Parallel, I got an old bottle I want you to check out. I'll be right back. I want to go find some heartburn medicine, and I'll find you that bottle. Here's some Tums. That might work. This is an old veterinarian bottle, but it's one of them old brown thick ones. Looks like it was for livestock or horses or something large like that. Like an IV bottle of some kind of medication. I can't really read the label. Tell by that thick ass rim on it, though. It's pretty old. Wonder what the hell that was in there, actually. So if there ain't no more of it, it'd be by luck be something deadly fucking toxic. It's a veterinary bottle. I can't make out the word veterinary. I just can't make out the rest of it. Yep. It's pretty good find, that. I use it as a Halloween prop, like a chemical bottle. Basically, it is a chemical bottle, so it's a good Halloween prop. You won Ken Cigarettes giveaway. I don't even think I know who Ken Cigarette is. What'd you win, man? Actually, Power Dude, I could probably read it if I got my reader glasses out. I'm getting old. Oh, hell, he went all Ray Ray on their ass. I must not even seen this giveaway myself. Now I'm curious, what'd you win? Get us some shirt and some smokes. Hell yeah. Well, I'll have to check this dude out, man. This sounds like cool stuff. Hmm. Depends. Sometimes marbles are used to move heavy equipment or heavy pieces and stuff in and out of crates. It'll sit on the bottom of a plywood, like a roller back in the day. I mean, they still use them for vaults and caskets and mausoleums and stuff. They're rolled in on marbles, of all things. Wonder about old marbles, Parowell. You know anything about those? Because I found a gigantic fishbowl full of old marbles, probably from the 1920s. That's about where everything else I've found dates from is around the 1920s. So I'd say the marbles probably do as well. I have to find somebody that knows something about those. There might be some valuable stuff in there. Cool, man. It's always nice when you can see somebody do well on here and be like, hey, I remember when they first started, or being the first sub. It's pretty damn good. I know, but I don't know anything about them. I haven't really been able to find anybody that does. And I've got like a giant container of them. I remember having learned how to play marbles for Boy Scouts. I'd never heard of marbles before. I sure as hell didn't know how to play it. Actually, I learned how to play. Got pretty good at it. Went pretty far in the tournament as far as I could remember anyway. Yep, I was a Boy Scout. I need a skeleton key that would fit one of these doors in my old house here. Every one of these old rooms have a thick wood door on it, and I don't have a key that fits them. And cobalt glass is pretty cool. I lost your marbles a long time ago. Oh, man. Oh, it's gonna be interesting, guys. My mom and dad is gonna move in with me for about 2.5 months. I just hope everybody can peacefully coexist for that long. I get along with my mother fine, but my old man, he just wakes up. He's one of those people that wakes up and just looks for something to bitch about. If he ain't got nothing, I've literally watched him sit there and formulate something in his mind to sit there and bitch about. I'm like, the most miserable human being you've ever met in your life. Yeah, keep the door shut in there for sure. I'm gonna try to enjoy spending the time with my mom, because the way her health and shit's been so bad, I want to try to take it that way and just, you know, try to watch some movies with her, spend some time with her for a while, as long as my old man don't act like a dick. It's weird, but he always acts like a little kid because me and my mom have a close relationship. He gets jealous and actually acts out by being an asshole. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Yeah, man, I couldn't tell you how many times I've done shit like that and took those insulators and shot them with a 22 rifle as targets. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it like that, man. And your parents, you gotta do what you gotta, whatever you can do to help them out and shit. And the way her health is, man, you never know. So I will enjoy the time. I just don't really understand the entire decision on building a brand new house and all this shit when you're dealing with stage 4 kidney failure. You've had 2 or 3 massive heart attacks, blood clots build up in your arms, and heart failure and everything else. And why would you take on the stress of something like that is beyond me. But it's something that they want, so I'm just like, okay. So they're living here while the construction of stuff is taking place. I'd say the most aggravating thing will probably be my mom's pets because she's got Pomeranians and them sons of bitches never shut up, and especially when they're in a weird place. That might be it, man. I don't know. I figure whatever she leaves behind, the old man will end up pissing it away anyway. He's not too bright. That's why I got my half of the land already split off to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's really messed up with him. His father left his mother when he was like 5 years old, and his mother wasn't a very good mother. The type of woman that runs around the bars and shit like that and doesn't take care of her children. So he grew up and decided since he had it rough that he'd be an asshole for the rest of his life. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. When I got the opportunity to be a father myself, I was like, I'm going to be the best father I can possibly be because I know what it's like to have a shitty one or none at all, you know. I don't know why, just because somebody was mistreated, they have to carry on that tradition. It's like you think you would strive not to be that way, you know. But who knows how people's minds work. Oh, I'm sure they should pirate too, but man, I'm not gonna. If I had to step in, man, I'd have to take care of them like children. And it would be like children that's gonna fight you tooth and nail and make you regret every day that you helped them. It's hard to explain, but that's how it would be. You would literally be helping somebody that's gonna make your life miserable for your trouble, which is just fucked up. But that's how it always works. Damn, man, I see mine all the time. You might be better off. I don't know, but if I was constantly that miserable, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I don't know what his deal is. Tell you what's really messed up, and this is really bad, but my younger brother, he's got anxiety issues and stuff, and he was seeing a therapist, counselor, or some kind of shit, talking about it right for a while. That was supposed to be helping him with his anxiety issues. She killed herself like a couple weeks ago. I mean, that's the mental health professional that you got guiding you. You know, they're that's pretty messed up. No doubt, man. All I knew the feeling. I remember when I got my Trans Am and tore it all the way down to nothing, and I was like, I want to rebuild this car back with everything top of the line, right? All I would hear is that car's never going to run again. You're never going to do nothing with it. It's never going to leave the driveway. Now, granted, it did take me 3 years to finish this car, but when you're building a car from the ground up with all the finest performance parts that you could find and want, it takes a while, especially when you're doing it on your own. But the major delay was just financial because that shit's expensive. But I'd have to hear that for 3 years about how the car was never going to run again. There you go. I hear you, man. If I do invite people to supper, just like hell, man, make it if you can, but no pressure. Just chill. I try to take things chill, man. You got to relax. Man, I wish they'd paved this big hole in the street in front of my house. Tractor trailers in the morning, about 4:30, 5 o'clock. People are going to work. They hit that hole out there that sounds like a friggin' bomb went off, man. Wow. Fucking trailers are empty. It makes one hell of a boom. Let's just go in there and piss all over everything first, anyway, at least. You know, that's exactly how it goes to this day at my family now. Him and my younger brother both that talk shit now when they want to know how to do something or if they need something really fixed. They're like, "Well, how do you do it?" I'm just like, I taught myself bad from children manuals and books and stuff like that. Literally from books. That's the only thing I had. That's pre-internet days. It's a lot easier to learn how to work on shit now with YouTube and watching a video of it and stuff. Back then, you had to not only have the right manual, but then find it and hope that it didn't leave you hanging like many times it did. Especially those shitty books from Advance that you get, those Haynes manuals. They get right in the middle of something and then be like totally leaps 3 or 4 steps out. That's why I always liked the Chilton manuals, but they were like fucking 25-pound books and usually well over $100 a piece used. Oh, I got done with my fucking turret 17. It was a beast. Straight up beast. Powder coated the engine and shit like that. All the serpentine accessories and stuff like that. Everything chrome. And then I took the chrome and candy coated it over with a green color. Looked really nice. Just don't make anybody angry before you go per hour. They might shove it in a no place. You don't want to die with it in your ass. Victorian butt plug or something. Glass, that's bad. Hell, man, I've got some of my manuals and stuff that could no longer be considered books anymore. They're just woolly rags with some scribblings on them and a few hieroglyphs. Those are the ones that you went to war with those. I can look at some of those books and be like, yeah, I remember that shit. That sucked. I don't have anything that old, but I did have a lot of stuff from the 60s, the 70s, and up. I hear you, man. And you get away with it too. I swear, man. Any of you guys feel like summer's just ticking away? I know I can't help it. It feels like there's a damn time clock kicking all the time, man. Summer's running out. I think it's just where I hate winter that much. I was never a Ford fan, so but I still have a lot of Chilton manuals and stuff that covers multi cars and stuff like entire year periods that have Ford stuff in them. I guess older Ford trucks, I couldn't really say nothing bad about them because they ran forever. They didn't rust out half as bad. The bodies on them always look nice. But after having a few Ford cars, I didn't want any more. Yeah, when the temperature's just right. I think fall is my favorite time of year, but I do get depressed thinking about what's getting ready to come behind it. We don't really even have cold weather here in West Virginia most of the time anymore. It's more of a fucking mud season where it's cold enough to be shitty as hell outside, but wet and everything's done turned to mud. Wasn't like that before, Brad. Shit be froze over for months at a time. Snow sometimes will stay on the ground from one storm for a month or two at least. That don't happen at all anymore. I don't even think it snowed, but one time and last winter, the entire winter, that didn't stay on the ground for more than half a day. And rainy, cold weather does not do anybody with arthritis any favors at all. Matter of fact, it makes things pretty friggin' unbearable. Did you ever figure out what was wrong with the truck, dude? I don't think you ever told me. You told me something was running rough. We were talking about it maybe being the coil or the calf or something like that. And then you got the new truck or whatever new thing you got is. Cool. I knew an old man that had a 65 like that, and he learned how to play banjo from my grandfather. Is how he knew me, and I would cut through his yard and stuff. Sometimes to take the shortcut up the mountain when I walked to town or whatever when I was a kid, and he had one of those old trucks and stuff. I always stayed in mint condition too. Thing looked like a showroom truck. Just never aged really. Damn. Oh, I know how it is. You're probably like me. You got more projects than you do will or time. Put down some new mulch and trim up the rose bushes and shit like that and fix up the yard one more good time here for summer. That's it. I mean, I'll continue to mow it, but I'm not going to fix up mulch or anything anymore. My yard is tiny though, but I have more trouble trying to get the weed eater to run than to do the fucking actual act of cutting it. So I bought a new weed eater to avoid this problem, and it's a giant piece of shit. No doubt, man. Good God, it's getting hot in here, fellas. Oh, I've been on here for an hour now. I think I'm gonna sign off, go get in the air conditioning because I'm about ready to sweat myself to death in here. It's been nice hanging out with you guys, talking to you tonight. You guys take her easy, all right? System new kingpins, Tyrod, damn. You'll have to get this sucker fixed, man, or at least figure out what it is. Oh, you're still digging on the same dump, Parallel? Is that what you're talking about? I hope people are going to talk. I'll hang out. So you've been digging on the same dump since 2018? Is that what you mean? Must have been a big one, man. Ah, Man, you must have a shitload of cars. Sweet, man. Good God. That's a shit ton of insulators, man. You actually sell those that many, or you just keep them? Only for I tell you, them old Ford, God, what was it? Ford F-150s that had the straight six in them. I can't remember the exact. I think it was the 150s I'm talking about. I thought they issued everybody one of those in this county I live in now. Just about every one of these old dudes drive one of them things around. Well, that sucks. I know here where I live, Powell's a railroad town and stuff like that. And there's railroad tracks everywhere. Some old decommissioned tracks at some places. Finding insulators and stuff like that still pretty common. I just wonder what the really rare ones look like. I have to keep an eye out for them puppies. Damn, man. You shouldn't have to worry about transportation then. I still gotta get that little Geo Metro on the road, man. Start driving that because that thing gets killer gas mileage. That way, also, I wouldn't have to drive my truck every day either because it gets shitty gas mileage. Later, KB, man. I'll give you an email later. Talk to you about that and stuff. Are you gonna sell your 1960 model, man? You don't seem like kind of guy that lets go of too much. Not with all that shit. Dude, that truck of mine, that fucking Nissan, gets horrible gas mileage for a 3.3 liter engine. It gets V8 gas mileage. Hey, what's up, Fireworks? How you been, man? Yeah, that little one barrel coffee pot. That's what it reminds me of. A little coffee pot sitting on there. Most of the rail lines here, Powerwell, the stuff that people have picked up is any of the metal stuff for scrapping mostly. But in the past, I haven't been down the tracks in several years, but there used to be insulators still laying in the open. Not bad, man. Just chilling, but not quite chilling in this room I'm sitting in. It's hot as fuck in here. Damn. Must not have been going well. Them straight sixes wasn't that bad on fuel, especially at that little 1 barrel carburetor like that. I'll have to go see if I can snare some, see if they're still there pretty soon, bro. See, let you know what's there. Hey, I like my skulls and stuff. I got all kinds of Halloween shit on my desk still. Right now, everything's tore. Dude, I've been getting stuff here and there for a while. I had to get everything put back together the way I had it. It's just where I took all the fireworks out of here for the 4th, man. Everything's still quite totaled. I had to get it straight back out the way I like it. My roof's kind of getting overrun with drone stuff right now. Yeah. I always like to go to Halloween Haunt at the amusement parks. It's just something about that in the fall, the crisp weather and stuff at night, and the fog machines and all that kind of stuff. Halloween being one of my favorite holidays, I just love that kind of stuff. All right, man, cool, bro. Thanks. Yeah, I always love walking around on one of them Halloween haunts. Some of the some of the mazes and some of the stuff they do at some of the parks, man, is downright movie quality sometimes. Sometimes. I went to Carowinds a few years back. They had a special effects company contracted to do a lot of their stuff. And the crew, most of them were British. They had pretty decent actors and stuff and everything for their stuff. So it was well done. Kings Island Halloween Haunt, man. I went to the first one they ever had there. The one that they got in trouble for the slaughterhouse because they used real animal blood and shit. I knew that right away when I walked into that slaughterhouse. I'm like, I grew up with livestock and horses and chickens and stuff like that. So I know what a farm kind of smells like. And I was like, holy shit, that's real smell. And I smelled the blood on that stuff. Like, damn, that's real blood. They got all kinds of trouble over that. Yeah, man, I'll join you sometime on there if I figure it out. Discord's not something I've messed with yet, to be honest. I've heard about it a lot, but I haven't messed with it. Oh, yeah, man, I swear. I sat around in a state like I have, right? And I'm watching these friends or people that I know on YouTube and shit complaining about their fingers hurting because of these giant totes of beautiful bud that they're trimming up. I'm just like, oh, cry me a river, damn, really? Like, you don't understand the struggle. Some of the people do, man. They remember what it was like. Some of these younger people, they just think it's great. It ain't nothing to it. It's always been that way for them. Like, you just don't know what you're taking for granted there, man. All right, cool, bro. It's a trap, Pyro, dude. It's a trap. Yeah, yeah, you know what it's like, man. That shit sucks balls. Trying to find something all damn day sometimes when you actually do, it's not worth a shit and you gotta overpay for it. It's it's like the pyro game in a lot of cases. But I still think that's messed up, man. I don't see how you can have shit that's legal for one American but not another. That seems damn right unconstitutional. Cool, man. Will do. Oh shit. Yeah, man. Wow, it is completely crazy hot. It's not going to cool down at all tonight, I don't believe. Oh god, yeah, man. It's not as bad as this trip that we took one time back in the day, man. And I got to tell you about it, but it was really crazy, right? It's something my cousin done. He's no longer with us anymore, so but he would do some crazy shit. Um, well, we were younger, man, kids. We're probably maybe 18, 19 years old. He just had got an old Mustang 2 piece of shit car, right? And he's like, "Come on, man, let's go." And I'm like, "Where we going?" He's like, "Oh, we're gonna go down to so and so and see this guy, right?" I'm like, "All right." I have no idea what he's talking about, right? So we go. We're in this neighborhood where everybody else is black, and they're looking at us like we're from outer space or some shit, right? He pulls up into this driveway of this guy. He goes, knocks on the house. This dude comes out. He never even met the guy before. He's like, "Hey, so and so told me you got a little green for sale, right?" And that guy's like, "Who the hell are you? Who do you know?" or some shit. I'm like, "Oh, great. Thanks for bringing me here, cuz." And he finally said somebody's name, validated the shit, I guess, right? Still tense. Still tense situation, right? Guy comes over to the car. He's going to buy what he's going to buy, right? When he goes to pay him, the motherfucker pulls out a sock full of change. I shit you not, a sock full of change, and put it out on the hood. It starts counting it out to this dude. You should have seen the look on this guy's face. He wanted to freaking kill him, but he didn't. I was like, good God, that was crazy. But just to come down to some guy's house that you have no idea who he is, these people are already looking at us like we're a couple crazy white guys, and then pull out a sock of change. It's just like, oh my God, you didn't just do that shit. That is messed up, man. But I can see what makes them illegal. I watched another one of them compilations of firework fails the other night. A new one where people are doing stupid shit with fireworks, and I'm just like, good God. Those kind of people give all them safety people all the ammunition they ever need just by doing really stupid shit. Most of the time, alcohol is involved in most of that stuff. But every time some jackass gets smashed and decides to launch a rocket out of the crack of his ass and gets a third-degree burn by the rocket, everybody that's into pyro is in trouble because they wanted to take them off the shelf because Johnny burned his asshole with a rocket. I'm sorry, but if you burn your ass with a rocket, you got deeper problems than the rocket. Hell, I seen in China one time and they had this fireworks store, man. It was just freaking awesome, right? Right in the middle of one of these big cities there. This dude bought a firework the size of a Geo Metro, more or less, like the biggest box I've ever seen. Pulls it out of the fireworks store right in the middle of the street, lights that shit in an intersection. He's stopping traffic and shit with this giant firework. Nobody says shit. Cops don't even look at him. I'm just like, yep, if you done that in America, you'd be going to jail. Yeah, no shit, man. But you've seen the videos of which I speak, I'm sure. I've seen a lot of dumbasses throwing shells, artillery shells too, by hand and not knowing what they were doing at all. Having some really close fuck ups. Just one guy went to throw one and the fuse got hung up on his hand or so shit. It was bad. I don't know, man. It doesn't really bear thinking on. It's kind of fucked up. You can have one thing somewhere, but somewhere else you can't. Hey guys, I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna sign on my PlayStation 4 and do some zombie killing and air conditioning. If any of you guys want to come back and bullshit, just join me in about 5 minutes on that side. But I got to get out of this room for a while. It's too friggin' hot. So I'll catch you guys in a second.